What's up, everybody? My name is River. I wanted to make this video for so long, and I want my input to be heard, even if it's just by a few people. I want to talk about what Halo was to me and why I enjoyed it so much. And if you're like me and you've been a longtime fan of the franchise, but don't like Halo's current direction, then maybe you'll share some of the same thoughts. But if you are a fan of Halo and still are today, and you love the games, don't let me or anyone else discourage you from enjoying it. But with that, let's get into this. I want everyone watching right now to ask yourself these questions. What is Halo? What makes you want to play it? What brings you back? And if you're like me and don't play anymore, but used to love Halo, ask yourself this. What made you quit? I want you to write your answers in the comment section so we can all discuss. I'll explain why, in my opinion, Halo was, but no longer is, the best console FPS title. And if I can hit the nostalgia of a few people, or even if I can show some others what Halo was to me, this video will be well worth the time and effort I'm putting into it. Now, I'm not saying that Halo is a bad game now that 343 Industries made some changes that I didn't like. All I'm saying is modern Halo just isn't for me. And that's my opinion, although it breaks my heart. I grew up playing Halo, starting with Halo Combat Evolved when I was 6 years old. And I begged my parents for Xbox Live when Halo 2 was released, and I spent a significant portion of my life playing these games. And they are a big part of what I now like in video games, and I got pretty damn good at them as well. Now, I wasn't the best player by any means, but I was at rank 47 in Halo 3 MLG in its prime. But enough about that. Halo was the perfect online experience. I made so many friends, some I still talk to this day, and some I wish I could find to reignite the passion. You had your choice of being really sweaty, playing Social Slayer, and relaxing, or getting on with your buddies and doing some awesome custom games. And let's get into why Halo was fun to me, though. And from my perspective, there are a few things that made it so replayable. The main aspects of the game that I enjoyed most were the customization, progression system, rank system, gunplay, movement, sandbox, and, most importantly, the social aspect of the game. Well, let's start this journey with the unlock and progression system. Nothing felt better than finally achieving that armor piece you grinded for and hearing people tell you how cool it is or giving you props for the time commitment or skill necessary to acquire that item. Unfortunately, though, the progression systems in Halo have changed since Halo 4, and it wasn't for the better, in my opinion. And now we have things like a battle pass in MCC and Halo Infinite, and unfortunately, it just doesn't do it for me. I've moved to PC since my Halo days, but was super excited for the MCC release on PC. And I'll admit, I played a good 500 hours of it, but it was all Halo Reach when it released. And I played the battle pass from level 1 to level 100. And one of the biggest things was I had hope, and I was looking forward to them maybe adding a progression system to MCC for Halo 3 like the old days, but it's all battle pass, and it's so linear and boring. And the gameplay itself can only take me so far. Granted, I love the gameplay, but imagine having to unlock all the Halo Reach armor with credits like the old days, or getting the achievements necessary for armor unlocks like it was in its prime in Halo 3. I would have fell in love all over again and easily put in another couple thousand hours, without a doubt in my mind. Now, the main reason I hate the Battle Pass system is because you have no attachment to any of the unlocks besides the initial, oh, I think that looks cool. Yeah, I'll put it on when I get it. But there's no sentimental value behind it. You didn't work hard for it, and you sure didn't get an impressive achievement to unlock it. The old achievement-based Halo 3 armor system was perfect, because not only did you become attached to an item you got because of how hard it was to achieve, it also served as a social symbol to show others what you've accomplished. But I ask you guys, do you think a battle pass is a fun form of progression? I'd like to know from these younger audiences that maybe didn't play back then. I'm curious to what your input is on battle passes and how rewarding they feel to you. But other than that, let's move on. Otherwise, I'll talk about modern progression systems and how I hate them all day long. So, the ranking system, I actually don't have many gripes with Halo Infinite's ranking system, except for the fact that it's a little broken, it doesn't really work properly. So my only suggestion really is to just get the bugs worked out and maybe give the players some rewards for the ranks they achieve every season when the seasons go down to like 3 months and not 6. I think that would be good and satisfactory. But I have one more important question for you guys. How important is gunplay in a shooter to you? I'd say pretty damn important. At least I think. But so far, Halo is moving in the right direction as far as gunplay is concerned. This is minus the obvious, and not to downplay it, egregious hit detection and desync in Halo Infinite. But I think the core gameplay, or gunplay rather, is moving in the right direction. And I think if all the bugs and desync get fixed, then the guns will feel and play perfectly fine. Oh, and the sniper. Before I forget, the sniper has got to be the worst feeling sniper in the entire franchise. Just take away the bloom. I don't understand why it's there. I think no scoping's hard enough, even if you're on. I mean, I guess you could say the advantage on keyboard and mouse with no scoping, but that's one very small aspect of the game. Not everybody, unless you're playing team snipers, is going to have a sniper on keyboard and mouse to no scope you across the map. So I don't know. I think it's kind of irrelevant or redundant. Whatever way you want to slice it. Like I said, it takes enough skill to use it effectively. So don't put my shots on chance. It seems like an obvious thing not to do that, but 343 did it, so I'll talk about it. Other than that, I don't like hit markers, but I can live with it as long as there's no hit markers for grenades, which I believe in ranked now there is no hit marker, or ranked in Infinite there's no hit markers on grenades. So that's fine by me. In a competitive standpoint, social I really could care less about. But now let's move on to movement. And just bear with me when I tell you that I appreciated the simplicity of the original Halo movement mechanics. But also hear me out before you disregard my argument, because I'm not exactly against some of the movement changes, and I don't mind Infinite's movement. I can live with sprint and clamber. The only thing that upsets me about these things is that clamber kind of takes away part of the skill in making a jump of which you'd otherwise miss, but clamber helped you and climbed up on the ledge for you. But that argument's pretty minor, because you can make that same jump without clamber. Like, to add skill to it, you can still make that jump without clamber, and you'll be fight ready, so you don't lower your gun or anything. So there's still that skill there, and whatnot. But as for sprint, it's a minor movement boost, and I think it was done well to bring it into Halo Infinite. But really, this is all stuff Infinite did much better than previous titles. Halo 5 was the big one for me, that I think it went too far too quick and just made the game, for lack of a better term, ADHD movement, like spam fest. I couldn't deal with it. So I'll give credit where credit is due, and Infinite certainly made a turn in the right direction as far as movement is concerned, and I'm fine with it. But that's more than I can say for our next topic, which is going to be the sandbox. Halo Infinite feels like it has the smallest sandbox of weapons since Halo CE. And what makes it feel so small to me is the fact that almost all of the weapons are new ones, which that isn't outright bad, but we're missing so many iconic Halo weapons. Things that have been in the game since Halo Combat Evolved. Like, dare I take a page from Hidden Xperia's book and say, iconic shotgun and plasma rifles. Now, to say the new guns are bad, not to say the new guns are bad in their own role, but you can't just balance games based on effective range. It makes it so there's only one gun for each scenario, and that's just boring. Why can't we have multiple snipers, like the beam rifle? And I get the DMR is coming to support the BR, but my question is, how hard is it to make and implement guns in a game that have already been staples? Like, I'm not a game developer, but it shouldn't take over a year to give us one returning weapon when Halo 5 had multiple variants of multiple weapons at launch. Like, it blows my mind. And it's so heartbreaking knowing what it could be with all the old classic guns and the new ones as well. And lastly, one more gripe with the sandbox. And I guess it's more map layout based, I guess, not really sandbox, but why do we have random power weapon spawns? Not like random as in location random, but random as in you don't know what power weapon you're getting until the game starts. Like live fire, it's either the skewer or the sniper. Why can't it be both in different spots, or just one or the other? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what that map would provide for me. I'd play it either way. And the weapon racks are random too. So why does one side of live fire get a BR and the other a commando? That also seems unbalanced, because I'd much rather have a BR than a commando, even given the commando's new buffs. I think the BR is just better at range than the commando is. So I don't see the commando as being a long-range precision weapon, but that's just me. And I really don't see many people talking about this, but it really bugs me. I hate that it's not at least, like, I get there's asymmetrical maps, but I think weapons should be at least somewhat mirrored. I think the teams should have even playing field, especially for weapons. And I would like certain maps to have certain guns. I would like to know if we get queued up for live fire, then I'm going to get the skewer or I'm going to get the sniper, because I play, and so does everyone else, we play around power weapons. I mean, that's what Halo's all about. Map control and owning the power weapons and the power positions. But I myself am a huge fan of the sniper, and I get excited when I get on the map live fire and then we get a skewer, and I'm like, well, like, I don't care anymore. It just takes me out of the game. I don't like that. At least if we get a map where I know the sniper isn't on, I'm just going to know, hey, it's not here. So I'm not going to get my hopes up for it, and I'm going to play the game completely differently. I'm going to play around the other power weapon or map control, or, you know, if we're playing CTF or whatever. You know, there's a bunch of different ways you can play a map. But when you get prepared to play as a sniper role, and then the sniper doesn't spawn, I don't like that, and you never know. But that's pretty much all I got, guys. But before I end this video, I want to touch on the social aspects of the game, which I think are improving with the Forge beta being released, and I think it's looking so positive, and it pulled me back in. I've been having so much fun with Infinite right now. The community is really going to help sustain the replay value of this game. And I just wanted to give a nod to the community and to 343 and say thank you for Forge. It is fantastic so far, and I'm really looking forward to what things people make and how this game turns around. And these are all, everything I said in this video, it's all just small criticisms. All in all, I think Halo Infinite is going in the right direction. Just so everyone's aware of that. But with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you made it this far, I want to personally thank you for listening. And I would appreciate it if you left your opinions down below in the comment section and we can discuss. I'm I'm open to all opinions. And lastly, if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more awesome content like this. Goodbye, everybody.